ได้ไหม
กำลังซิงอ่ะเปิดหน้าอะไรเนี่ยติดแล้วนะมันดาวน์โหลดแล้วก็ทำงานนะ
If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Dexy and I are gonna have some words when we get back. Wow. Look at this place. No one's been here in centuries. I doubt there's any other place like it in Scotland. It's beautiful.
Nè, rồi lên. Ừ. Này ba này à.
Mà thằng Hà cái mày gọi đấy.
Cái trà dùng mà mày cái đó dùng mà mày là đây nhá nè.
I've definitely taken a liking to you. And unless I'm seeing things, you're starting to warmer.
Đâu rồi đấy. Hả? Lụt đi.
Read the scrolls.
Vừa vô đưa đi.
แล้วไปด้านล่างเข้าไปอยู่ในโฟลเดอร์คัดลอกขวา copy
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow. I could see it in your eyes. You looked about 1,000 leagues away. What about Auri-El's bow? Do you know where we can find it? Then it's almost over. We can finally rewrite the prophecy as we see fit. Where is this Darkfall cave? Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down. Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one. Auri-El is one of the elven gods. He's with the rest of them in Aetherius. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy. And that part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious. Where'd you come from?
ทำป้ายไม่จะดีเลย
เป็นไหมครับปลาปลาคุณยาย
แล้วถ้าไม่จะเป็นบทเอาไปทั้งทีนะ
ไม่กล้าเป็นเดี๋ยวมันนี่ยา
ก็ต้องไปทั้งนั้นทั้งวันนี้ไม่จะเป็นไม่ต้องไปที่บทที่
Where'd you come from?
รู้มัน
That'll teach you. Something's not right here. Be careful. I think we may be in for some trouble. Who's there? I knew I heard something. These people. Why would anyone want to set up camp here?
ปีกกรอบนี่
ข้างล่างมันเหมือนกัน
เรียกก็ปีกกรอบว่าปีกกรอบ
ไม่รู้กันนี่ก็ปักมีโกรธเลยเกียร์อยู่เลยจะตัดมาเลย
มันเป็นเมาส์ใบใหญ่เลย
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here.
I feel some kind of pull from it.
I am Knight Paladin Gelibor. Welcome to the great chantry of Auri-El. Auri-El, Auri-El, Alkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves. I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed. Of course, you're here for Auri-El's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
ไม่รู้กันนะ
ไม่รู้ได้ไงผมข้างหน้าเวิร์ด
อะไรเนี่ย
นี่จะเอาเคอร์เซอร์มาขึ้นเป็นแคทใหม่ให้ทำยังไงจำมันนี้จำมันนั้นได้ถูกแล้วไม่จะเอาอะไรอย่างนั้นได้ถูกแล้วที่ทำเลยนะไม่เอนเกอร์เหรอเอนเกอร์นั่นได้หลายอันเลย
I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother. The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auri-El would allow this to happen. They swept into the chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause. The chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone and stormed the inner sanctum where I believe they corrupted Vertha. He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting. Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auri-El, and an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death. Yes, let me show you. This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auri-El to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temple so we can kill your brother and claim Auri-El's bow.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment. There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry. Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the initiate's ewer. Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened. This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey. Questions? I expected as much. This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Auri-El. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wished to become enlightened. Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Ciribane, Yffrey, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its way shrines. Oh yes, they were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here. They're ghosts of the Snow Elf priests that tended the way shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Auri-El, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties. I'm afraid in their current form, they still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum. We were once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral home. In a manner of speaking, we had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price: the blinding of our race. There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain. I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin, certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become. The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene. Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, our undoing came at the hands of our own people. Yes, they swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assumed that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum. Werther and myself are the only two snow elves that remain. May Auri-El watch over you. Questions? I expected as much.
เวลาจะปริ้นไปที่
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would
ไหน
be.
อ่ะ
Kind of soothing, actually.
จะปริ้นไปตรงไหน
มันปริ้นเหมือนเดิมนี่
Where'd you come from? Who's there?
ไฟเข้าจะไม่พี่เขาแบบจะไม่น้องก็ต้อง
เบอร์นี่ครับ90
เอาเข้าไปในนั้นเลย
เนี่ย
ครับ
พี่ทำให้แอร์ทั่วทั้งห้องกดเป็นไง
เดี๋ยวห้องไหนอ่ะ
301ไม่จำเลย
เดี๋ยวต้องดูอ่ะบางทีมันโหมดมันไม่ใช่โหมดมันอ่ะเดี๋ยวผมไปดูให้นะ
เราพี่ไปดูหมดก่อนนะ
เนี่ย
เพราะว่ามันแอร์ลงแบบนี้เลยผู้ชมมันไม่ได้
อ๋อ
มันไม่ดูที่นอนเลยมันไม่ได้
อ๋อมันไม่
แอร์
เดี๋ยวผมทำให้มันสวิงลงมา
ได้ยังเข้าได้ยังฮะ
อ๋อยังไม่ได้ตัวเองไป
แล้วเข้า Wi-Fi แล้วออกไปข้างนอกมันก็ใช้ไม่ได้ดิจ๊ะแล้วเบอร์โทรนะยิงได้มาที่ไหนอ่ะไปเครื่องไหนเนี่ย
ง่ายดี
เอาน้องย้ายไปดูแอร์ไหมเอาไปดูให้ด้วยเลย
I knew
ไม่
I
ใช่
heard
กุญแจ
something.
เอากุญแจเอากุญแจเดี๋ยวฝากไว้ตรงนี้นะถ้าเมานะ ได้ไหมก็เปิดหม
ได้
ด
นี่เป็นหมดนะ
ก็เปลี่ยนหมดปิดสิ
ไม่ตั้งไว้อยู่นั้น
Who's there? I knew I was something. Done. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? Be careful here. Whatever's on the other side of this. Where'd you come from? Done and done. Almost doesn't even look real, you know? Here we go.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auri-El and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then behold Auri-El's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum.
This is incredible. It's like a whole other world. Come on, the bow has to be in this valley somewhere. many shrines up there. I wonder where this one goes.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Sight. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auri-El and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then behold Auri-El's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better than this. More spiders? Where'd you come from? You're done and done. Are you seeing this? It's fantastic. It's so bright up here. Nice.
You've reached the Way Shrine of Learning, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auri-El and fill your vessel with his enlightenment?
แม่ไปด้วยเดี๋ยวแม่ไปเดี๋ยวไปแม่
Auri-El bless you,
เดี๋ยว
child,
ไป
for you are a step closer to the
ไม่
inner
ได้ฝาก
sanctum
ไปทางไหน
and everlasting wisdom.
ถามคุณแม่ไปไหนแม่ถามคุณไปไหนเลย
May Auri-El's warmth imbue your body with strength.
nhiều mẹ á.
ได้น้ำยาน้ำอะไรน้ำยาพ่ออะไรกินอะไรดีอ่ะ
arrived at... Then go forth, child. May the enrichment of Auri-El strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum.